The situation in Mostar has been largely overlooked by the outside world. We were able to penetrate the Muslim sector of the city by accompanying Bosnian government soldiers using a tenuous supply route. We had to use both horses and walk on foot for over 15 hours, an incredibly tough journey. Once we got to Mostar, we found the remains of an embattled community desperate for outside help. This is the only way in or out for the Bosnian Muslims defending or escaping from the besieged city of Mostar. Bedraggled, exhausted families haul themselves through more than 40 miles of physical endurance across the mountains. A journey of sadness, an exodus of despair. Most families are totally ill-prepared for the trip. Backwards and forwards, the supply chain grinds on. Refugees out, ammunition and supplies into the Muslim-controlled sector of Mostar. It is filled with scenes of lifelessness and devastation. At least 35,000 people are trapped in the rubble, most of them sheltering underneath mangled buildings. Water and electricity supplies were lost over 100 days ago. No United Nations food aid has been allowed inside. UN officials who saw the damage and suffering were shocked. Fighting has been going on relentlessly, unchecked, and mostly unobserved until now. International attention was directed elsewhere. A makeshift hospital received 2 tons of UN medical aid. That will help ease the agony of casualties who were hit by shell or sniper fire. Beds are filled with people who were shot attempting to fetch water. The cost of that was paid for in lives and limbs. There is an endless flow of blood, at least 5 new victims every day. Doctors work in poor conditions. One operating theatre supplied by a generator, fuel is rationed. Surgeons are stripped because there are no sterile facilities.
It's hell. It's hell. I mean, I don't know. We don't have anything here. We don't have food. We don't have water. We don't have electricity. They stopped us the water and electricity the first day. So I don't know how we survive, all this time. Because I think that everybody forgot us.
So far, the United Nations has only been able to deliver medical aid, that after very tough negotiations with the HBO Croat forces. I'm now joined by Lyndall Sachs, spokesperson for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Lyndall, why can't you get food in there now?
The Bosnian Croats are essentially blocking our convoys, and they have been doing so since June 15th. In spite of repeated negotiations, pleas, etc., they have continued to refuse us to give us access to the areas.
Why are they not letting you get in there?
They are continuing to link it with they are continuing to link it to release of people from the Novi Bila hospital and, of course, prisoner exchanges as well. Our position has always been that linkage between access by humanitarian convoys is completely unacceptable. Food and relief items such as medical supplies are a basic human entitlement, and to deny civilian populations such succor is completely unacceptable.
How are you going to break the siege in the final analysis, and how much worse can it get? When you went in there yesterday delivering medical aid, even your own officials were very shocked by what they saw.
Well, I think all we can do is keep negotiating, keep pushing, keep putting international pressure on the Bosnian Croats to stop using food as a weapon.
Lyndall, thank you very much indeed. The United Nations is attempting to break the siege and put an end to the suffering. That could take a very long time. Meanwhile, it could also hinge on the international efforts to bring peace to the whole of Bosnia. I'm Brent Sadler, CNN, reporting live from